Hello, welcome to another interesting edition of Sports Cruise on the Our Media channel. My name is Josiah. We'll be talking about the latest trending issues in the world of sports. But first, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and then also you can comment in the comment section, and then you can also share the content. And we start off with one interesting incident that happened at the Portman Road when Ipswich Town took on Manchester United. You know, Manchester United have got a new coach in the dugout in the Portuguese, Ruben Amorim. And guess what? It was a frustrating night for him after United were held to a 1-1 draw. Rashford scored in the second minute, and then Omari Hutchinson also scored in the 40th minute to level it for Ipswich Town. But then after the game, when Ruben Amorim was granting his post-match interview with Sky Sports pundit Jamie Vardy, we all know that Ipswich Town has got a minority stakeholder in Ed Sheeran. He was at the stadium at the Portman Road to actually watch that game. So after full time, during Amorim's post-match interview with Jamie Vardy, unfortunately for him, his interview was gate crashed by whom? Ed Sheeran, who just, unknowingly, that's what he's saying, that unknowingly he didn't know that there was a press or there was an interview going on. So Ed Sheeran mistakenly or unknowingly gate crashed Amorim's interview, leaving the manager very, very furious. And then afterwards, the incident, just caught fire on social media with fans just, chastising and criticizing Ed Sheeran for just doing the wrong thing. But guess what? Hours later, Ed Sheeran took to his Instagram page and also on Twitter to apologize for the incident, apologizing to the Manchester United head coach, that's Ruben Amorim, for gate crashing his press conference or his post-match interview. And then what he said was that, after the game, he just wanted to catch up with Jamie Vardy as a long-time friend, just to say hi and bye to him. So that was what actually happened at Portman Road, where Ipswich Town held Manchester United to a 1-1 draw. But it was Ruben Amorim and then Ed Sheeran, the superstar, making the news because Ed Sheeran just gate crashed Amorim's interview. Okay, so to our next story, where Manchester City, for the first time in a very long time, since I could remember, they got battered at home by Tottenham Hotspur by 4-0 on Saturday evening at that late kickoff game. And, after the game, Pep Guardiola, who is the head coach or the manager of Manchester City, has been speaking about the fact that his side has been poor in the last couple of games. But an interesting question was posed to the Manchester City head coach during the post-match presser, which stated that perhaps the Manchester City squad is aging because they have 4 of their players who started on a day against Tottenham Hotspur in their 30s. But Pep Guardiola was quick to react and also to reply to that message or question, saying that no, it's not really about age, but it's about performance. And that's what he had to say after the question was posed to him. He said, nope, it depends on the performance. There are players that are 23 and did not perform good. So he's trying to make the point that, despite the fact that almost 45% of the squad that started against Tottenham Hotspur at the Etihad are over the age of 30 years, he believes that there were quite some young players in there, the likes of Savio, whom they brought in from Girona, and then also Rico Luis, who are less than 25. So he expects them, to at least to have had a good day. Pep Guardiola is having none of that. My players are old. He feels he's not playing with oldies, but he just thinks that the performance of Manchester City overall has dropped, not because they are aged, but just because they just weren't good enough on the day. So, one of the greatest ever Africans to ever play in the Premier League, Mohamed Salah, was on fire for Liverpool in their Sunday afternoon game at the St. Mary's after he scored twice to give Liverpool the lead and also eventually all 3 points in their game against Southampton. So after the game, Salah was asked about his future in Liverpool colours, and he actually gave one of the most fascinating and interesting yet intriguing answers you could ever hear from a player who it's been speculated to be on the move. And guess what Salah said after he was asked if he would be staying at Liverpool come next season under Slot? And this was the answer he had to give. And I quote, he said, "I'm probably more out than in." So does this give an indication that Liverpool are not trying to tie the Egyptian down to a long-term contract after his contract runs out at the end of the season? Or Salah himself has made a decision, a bold one, for the fact that he wants to move away from the Premier League after 9 seasons with Liverpool since signing from AS Roma a couple of years ago. Now, maybe he feels there's a perfect time for him to move to Saudi Arabia and just cash in big time. So what do you have to make of the Salah answer to the question about his future at Liverpool, saying that he's probably more out than in, which means that it's likely that we'll be seeing Salah not don Liverpool colours come next season. Right, so Leicester City striker Jamie Vardy could be in trouble and could also get himself punished by the FA if he is found guilty for making a serious allegations or some foul comment about under fire Premier League referee. That's David Coote. And guess what happened? And Leicester City's 2-1 defeat to Chelsea on Saturday afternoon game, or in that Saturday afternoon game, if I should put it, it was speculated that Jamie Vardy, or it was alleged that Jamie Vardy said some words about David Coote, whom the FA has under investigation and also who has been suspended by UEFA after making certain bad comments about Liverpool and then Jurgen Klopp. So a couple of months ago, weeks ago, it was known that David Coote called Liverpool shit in a video he recorded, and then also used the word scum, or sorry, a cunt, for then Liverpool manager, that's Jurgen Klopp, which led to the FA suspending him and also putting him or placing him under investigation, and then also UEFA just suspending him, the referee, indefinitely. Now what we're hearing is that in that game between Leicester and Chelsea, right, so it was claimed that in the tunnel before kickoff, Jamie Vardy made a derogatory comment about Coote to referee Andy Madley before the two teams walked out of the tunnel. The exact nature of the comment is quite unclear. But then also it's also alleged that they were foul comments which could end up landing Jamie Vardy in serious trouble should Andy Madley just feature that in his report to the FA, and also if the FA should find Vardy's comment as derogatory, then it means that Jamie Vardy could be suspended for using certain words or a slur against a referee who is already under investigation. That's quite ironic, for just saying things about a referee who is already under investigation, also has been banned by UEFA. So that's what happened in that game. Leicester went on to lose that game. Jamie Vardy only appeared or featured in that game for 73 minutes before being sacked off. But, aside having a bad day at the office, he could even receive worse punishment if he's caught guilty or found guilty for using a racial slur against David Coote.